So, hi, good afternoon. Hope all well, all changa, all good, all great. This is me, Jasin Kapani, the founder CEO of a setup in New Delhi NCR by the name of I'm Decor Design. We are in the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor and interior solutions. And firstly, quick chairs on. This is not sunshine water. This is not that homemade grandmom nuska, which is that haldi water. This is refreshing juice. Whew, feels so good to have it, no? So now on a Friday, we're going to be like a day away or 2 days away from a weekend and stuff. So what did this week teach me? I've been uh, I've been just you know looking at stuff, observing, of course, doing my own bit. I've been back to my gym. I've been talking to people online. I've been offline. I've been researching. I've been writing. I've been attending meetings. I've not shared stuff that I've attended and been a part and parcel of and stuff. Of course, phones are not allowed because of high security reasons and stuff and all that. And then, of course, I've been resting. And then with the weather and stuff and with the BS3 BS4 and all that, काफ़ी कुछ मतलब लाइफ थोड़ा सा ना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सी है दिल्ली में अभी for a change, right? And then of course the startup thing happened. Yes, I was supposed to talk about the startup since I'm sharing now. Yeah. So let me link my share here with the startup forum thing. The National Startup Day happened in Delhi. I'd forgotten about this. So on 16th of 16th of Jan and Bharat Mandapam in Pragati Madan. His Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Modi was there with Mr. Piyush and the co-founders and founders of lots of brands from all across the country and stuff, women entrepreneurs, achievers, movers and shakers, media people, lots of youth, lot of people from the universities, colleges and stuff like that. And we had the opportunity to talk and share and listen and find ways and talk, discuss strategies, tactics, policies, understand the failures, understand the trends, understand the competition, understand the challenges, understand the setbacks, understand the fears, understand and communicate what could be done, what should have been done, and stuff and all that. We have had a lot of youngsters talk about stuff and all that. Okay, I was not intending to share all of this, but I wanted to share one strong point, which a lot of people tell me, and I've been told also on the personal front that I'm going to be stuck in a lot of situations and stuff. So I've sometimes people tell me I'm pretty candid on a lot of things and stuff. Okay, so I've had to work my way through this, because I was not like this forever. I was like I would just not say stuff I used to feel and stuff, and I had to like work hard on uh, my communication. And I realized that, yeah, people just say it and just walk away. And I'm not saying that you have to be a mean I will not use the derogatory word bitch, but people don't care about how other people feel. And because I understand how it feels, I do not want to be one and I will avoid being one, okay? But where I have to put my point across, I'll put my point across in a fashion where, see, I'm saying it the way I say it, but if it upsets and hurts someone, I can't be held responsible for it, because in my best of interests of the other person and stuff, and trying to safeguard that they don't get hurt and stuff, I try and say it in the best fashion and stuff. So I learned a lesson that you have to speak the truth sometimes, no matter what it is. And in personal situations, also a lot of people have got upset with me that I've said stuff between friends and stuff. But it's helped me get out of a lot of situations and stuff, because I've been upright, upfront, honest about situations and stuff, and people have not been able to handle it. And I may have upset people, I may have hurt people, I may have said it if it's not to be said and stuff, but then I at least feel, at least my conscience is clear. I am clear and I have not done anything, which is going to be putting people in a situation where they can look at me and point a finger and say, "आपने ये गलत किया, आपने ये बोला, वो बोला." ठीक है? That's it. Okay. So now the thing is, I'll come to the startup video later on. Leaders tell the truth. Okay, so this is truth and honesty are perhaps the most essential of the qualities that any person working on any position must have. These are essentials of leadership qualities and stuff. Tell people the truth. Even if you're a founder, even if you're a CEO, even if you're a manager, even if you're a boss, even if you're a accountant, even if you're a marketing person, even if you're a politician and stuff, try and tell the truth. Okay, I know it's not going to work. It's going to sound idealistic, but the point is, if you're a CEO, try and tell the truth. I'll come with the rationals why I'm saying this, of course. And first of all, tell the truth to yourself. Okay. So this is not an easy task. You can't tell a truth to yourself if you have, let's say, a business deal that's not gone across well. You can't go and tell your management and tell them that, yeah, it went off really very well. Sab kuch pick jayega. The sale is happening. The concept is sold. Everything is sold. This is the revenue. This is a business deal, and this is the projection, and this is the profit and all that. It doesn't happen like that, right? So tell the truth the right way and stuff. Okay, so this is not an easy task, and of course telling the truth does not give the leader nor the subordinate nor the management the right to attack people and to be called the person who's not had a sale a jerk. In fact, it makes the task a lot easier because you're able to then work on a situation and you're able to counter tackle the situation and stuff. So if you have a salesperson or if you have a marketing person, he's not able to achieve his or her targets, you've given them a responsibility, you brought them on board and stuff. So for a few months or for some time, you will assess the situation and stuff. If the person is not able to do anything for a first few weeks or something, you give them chances and then you give them threats and warnings and stuff and all that. If it doesn't work, not threats, matlab, in the technical sense, but obviously through letters and stuff, you send them stinkers and you give them warnings and stuff. And you kind of, make it clear that you're here to mean business and stuff. And if there is a valid reason why it's not happened, you look into it and stuff, and you help them. But if it goes beyond a point of the time that you set for everybody and anybody, and the sales don't happen, you have to take a call on it and you have to set the ball rolling for taking the corrective action and stuff. Okay, like the performance is substandard, or the results are not that goal oriented, or we're not having those sales and stuff, and competition is gaining an upper hand on us and stuff like that. So you have to be honest about it. The truth may hurt and stuff, but you have to give the truth and face the truth yourself, that your person has not been able to perform. So face it, man, face it. Sometimes maybe you may be in awe of the candidate so much that you're not able to digest the truth yourself, that you actually started having a personal interest in your candidate. Yeah, and this is a challenge where people face. I faced it so many times, and you have to draw this line between getting personal and being friends and being a boss and a colleague, right? And I faced it so many times uh, when I have been hit upon as a lady by youngsters working in my team. They've hit on me. They've tried to flirt with me to get their ways across and stuff. So there was a time when I used to really go out of the way to help people and stuff. And I realized that I was trying to be a mentor, I was trying to guide them, and I was trying to be good to them. But the point is, I was not realizing that it was just a strategy that they were using on me and stuff, and nobody was benefiting out of it. I was not benefiting any which ways. I was just spending my time after my work hours just to kind of mentor them and kind of get them on track and stuff and all that. But I was losing focus on my own work and my own goals or my own direction and stuff. Till one day I woke up and I said, "Hey, why am I spending my time and energy so much on these people when they're actually going to eventually move on and stuff? And I should rather focus more on myself and my own my own plan in life and stuff. Okay, I won't call it like a game plan, but I've got my own vision, I've got my own purpose, I've got my own direction, I've got my own vision, I've got my own company, I've got my own personal stuff to do and stuff, and I've got my own professional stuff to do, right?